Happy New Year, Coach. How are you doing today?
Man, I am doing great. I am so excited to be out of 2020 and having some fun on the run in 2021. Yes.
Welcome to RaceMob, where we've got training tips, running reviews, and inspirational stories. Check out our podcast, YouTube channel, Instagram account, or visit us at racemob.com. Love it. Well, we want to chat today about New Year's resolutions because, I'm 36. I've made a number of New Year's resolutions over the years, and sometimes I stick with them, and oftentimes I don't stick with them. And I think that there are a couple of key ingredients to sticking with a New Year's resolution, especially in a year like this where we can get out of the gates motivated, ready to go. And so, number one tip, is to set a goal that is a SMART goal, something that is measurable, something that you have a date, an end date to, something that you can share with people, put on a calendar. And, we've talked to a number of podcast guests who have said that they've been a little bit embarrassed about sharing their goals. You remember Joyce Lee, who just had that fantastic 365K. She talked about the first year that she went on this running streak, and she didn't tell a single person for several weeks. She had this kind of calendar that she was checking things off, for those couple of weeks. And people were wondering, oh, what is this calendar that you're posting on Instagram? What's it all about? And she finally told people, okay, I've got the streak that I'm trying to accomplish this year. And look what it turned into. Eight years consecutively of running. I mean, almost 3,000 days of running.
Wow. Yeah.
So we talk about this in the Unleash the Beast webinar about setting a date and then going on a mission. So putting that date in front of people, letting yourself know that you're in this mindset that you're going to go on a mission to accomplish this thing. So wanted to share with the RaceMob audience what my mission is for the month of January. My mission is to lose 7 pounds of fat in this month of January. So that's 4 weeks. January 31st, I'm going to lose 7 pounds of fat by the end of this month. That is my goal, which means that I can gain some muscle, but I definitely have some poundage to lose. I'm creating a separate video to walk through all of my plan of how to accomplish this mission. What does that mean in terms of calorie deficit? What does that mean in terms of activity? What does that mean in terms of diet for me? All of those things, personally, I'm going to plan all of these things out. And now I'm announcing and letting the world know, so letting all of you guys know that that is my mission, that I'm going to be losing 7 pounds of fat by the end of January. And I'll take you guys along that mission with me. You guys can see my scale, how I'm measuring all of this stuff. And so hopefully that means, okay, I've got people to hold me accountable. I've got a whole social team out there to make sure that I'm reaching my goals. So follow along on that mission. And I hope that you guys set a similar mission for yourself as well. Coach, what's your mission here in January or for 2021?
Yes. Let's see here. In 2021, we'll kind of shorten the time frame from a measurement perspective and look at the first quarter.
Yeah.
So, for me, I'd just like to get more sleep. As much as we preach the importance of sleep, the body recovers most when you're at a state of rest. For me, I'm generally 5 hours or less. So I'd like to get to 6.5 hours moving forward. Also, other measurable goals. Scale weight, probably down 5 pounds. Down, not probably, or maybe, or I'll try. The goal is
down. Go on a mission. Go on a mission here.
5
first
pounds,
quarter.
By the 31st of January. So that is certainly manageable.
Okay. Similar to me. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, being able to share that and again putting in the work. The goal is always 5 days of activity, and for me, 2 days of rest. In 2020, I ran almost 3,000 miles, but I'm happy to share that most every week I had 2 days of rest. And maybe those days when it was active, they weren't all running. But rest is important, especially when it comes to sleep. So 5 pounds down in January, getting more than 5 hours of sleep. Getting up, 6.5, and maybe a little bit better into the future, but I want to be real with myself. And then really supporting other people on their fitness journey as well. How can we help you? Think about what your goals are, put those goals on paper, and assign dates, and then us help you with the plan so you can get to those goals. Okay? We got you.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I think that is the biggest part for us here in 2021 is to help people reach their potential, reach their goals. And so, if you guys place your goals here in our community site, that is your first assignment for the January challenge to place your goals up here for the end of the 4 weeks. What are you planning to do? What is your mission here in January? And we've already got close to 100 people who signed up for our January challenge. Unfortunately, for the rest of you, that means the doors are closed here for January. We will have other challenges here upcoming. But for those of you who are in the January challenge, your goal for this first week is first to accept your training plan, to get there into final surge, to modify and look at the training plan, make sure that it suits your goals, suits your needs, and to let us know what your goals are for the end of this January so that we can help you along the way. We also have a lot of in-person Zoom meetings that are here to help you guys all throughout the month. So we're here to answer your questions, help you out, help you in your training if something comes up, anything along the way. And so those have been set up for you in the January challenge. For those of you who aren't in the January challenge, we have happy hours coming up. So happy hours on Friday. We just welcome everybody to come on in, grab a beer with us, sit down, and chat about the week, because we're here to help everybody across the board. So even if you didn't make it into the January challenge, we're here to help you out. We're here still to make the experience social, to make the experience help you be accountable to your goals this year. And so let us know what your goals are, and comment down below if you want to tell us what your goals are here in January. And again, we're going to keep you guys all up to date with our goals, how we're doing, how we're planning on knocking those things out.
And don't be afraid to share. My weight is 196, and I will be at 190, so 6 pounds. Yeah, at some point in January. Again, we'll share. So, again, sometimes when you talk about accountability, when you share with the RaceMob community,
Yeah.
That puts a lot of focus on you. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So my weight 173. Hoping to be down by 165, 166 by the end of the month. But that is, again, remember I said fat, losing 7 pounds of fat, because I have a little body recomposition to go through. I've been losing quite a bit of muscle because we've been in the shelter-in-place order. I don't have access to barbells and other things. So I am looking to gain some of that muscle, gain some of that strength, which is a perfect lead in to the podcast episode that we just had this last Thursday with my CrossFit coach, Devin Lopez of CrossFit San Jose, where he actually walked through, okay, what are some of the body weight strength exercises that runners should be doing to improve their overall health, right? Their overall athleticism, to help them increase their speed and their time. And are you doing some of those things? So I think he knocked out like lunges, great thing for people to be doing. I think we did squats, right? Planks. So some fantastic things. They have a lot of demos over on the CrossFit San Jose YouTube page as well. And then we talked a lot about programming. And, CrossFit's super unique in the programming, because what they try to do is hit different body parts, different times of the week. They have kind of this backbone structure of what they're getting at through the main strength or skill sessions. And so it was a really interesting conversation. And then we also talked about losing weight or weight management in general. So either gaining weight or losing weight. And, he's a certified nutritionist, so he was able and qualified to speak towards some of those things. And, the surprising thing to me is he talked a lot about just mindful eating, how much mindful eating can help impact your weight gain, right? Your weight gain or your weight loss, right? So I think so many of us just sit in front of a TV while we eat or do other things. And so just chewing, just letting your body understand what you've eaten, the nutrients that you've gotten into your system, that can help a lot. So just instilling healthy habits and those types of things. Cool. Well, wanted to give a shout out to some of the new members, some of the members in the January challenge, some people who have already posted within our community site. And we've got people from all over the country, which is fantastic. And Coach, you've given some one-on-one consultation with many of these members as well, to understand what their goals are and help modify their training plans for them. So you want to give some quick shout outs to people in our community?
Yes, certainly. We'll start off with Brendan. Brendan lives in Virginia, served our country well in the Army, and now is a civilian. I believe he's an engineer, but ran in college and then had stopped running for a bit. Now is getting back into the move and groove, and is very motivated. Has some ambitious goals, but we can see that he's going to be on target, has the ability and focus. Also, Scott from New Jersey, fantastic story, who had major surgery in 2015 and discovered running and has just taken it to a whole nother level. Has future marathons, goal times, and has started his own YouTube channel as well, which you'll have to check out. So we're happy to have Scott as part of our fitness community as well.
And we've got Yvonne, who has also gone through a number of major surgeries, triathlete, getting back into running this year. So fantastic story of perseverance. Super happy to have her on board and to support her on her journey. We have Bethany, who comes from Idaho and is looking to run in her first 5K, hopefully. So hopefully we can set her up with a 5K up in Idaho. We know that there's a number of you that are from that area as well. So excited to have her within the community. And Susan as well. Want to give a quick shout out to Susan, one of the tenacious turtles that I met back in 2013. She commented on there, I met Kevin before he was famous. I don't know if I'm ever famous or have been famous.
You
but
are.
I love that these that these lost connections from so many years just transcend time. And so fantastic story, Susan. We just can't wait to get you guys, started with these training plans, to see how you guys are progressing throughout the month. And, hopefully we can just hold each other accountable, motivated, and, continue to get going here in 2021. Couple of other things on the list. So wanted to quickly give a shout out to Joyce Lee. Her 5K last week was so much fun. The gear, the box. I didn't have it last week to show you guys, but I did create a separate video where I ran it with my dog, was using new equipment. So gear here, this gimbal, which was a little bit shaky. I still need to get it working a little bit better. As I was telling Bertrand, I had it on super view mode, so it looks like I've gained 30 pounds. I don't think I've gained that much weight, but I need to make sure the settings are set correctly, so it's not like Kevin's giant belly here jiggling throughout the whole frame. But had a ton of fun running the race. Fantastic gear, awesome design.
It was great.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I had one of my friends, Grace, was like, "Oh, I clicked on the video because I saw Sanrio." So awesome job, Joyce, awesome job, Joyce, on coming up with a fantastic design that's universal, that people love. Other than that, we have a couple of other races up on the calendar, a couple of other virtual events, and again, we'll record a video on our top picks for virtual events here in January, February, and maybe even getting into March. But Sasquatch Road Trip with Matt Forsman, an upcoming podcast guest of ours, fantastic guy. Marathon Matt, as he's also known. Of course, Taji 100 coming up in February. Fantastic job. I know gear is on the way to people. Huge medal. So awesome challenge. One of the first of these virtual challenges that spans the whole month. So 100 miles in the month of February. So come get it, Taji 100. And there's a couple of Run Local events as well that are on our radar, right?
Yep. Great job, the San Jose Challenge. And our friends at Run Local do fantastic work, great swag, and always very creative with their content as well. So always support those peeps who are putting great work into the running community.
Awesome. Cool. So I know JT watches our channel a lot. Got to say hi to JT and the whole Run Local crew. They do a fantastic job. Other things on our radar, on our map, just launched a new blog post about finding your right running shoe. I think that there's a lot of confusion. And again, if you're getting into running, you're brand new into this running space, you've made that New Year's resolution, the number 2 piece of advice out of 800 comments that we got was get yourselves into the right pair of running shoes. And, our recommendation is always go to a local running store, go find somebody who's knowledgeable or knows what they're talking about. But if you can't make your way to a running store, or you're finding yourself in front of people that aren't super knowledgeable, at least go check out that blog post where I break down kind of the big picture items, what you should be looking out for, what you should take into account when buying those running shoes, because there's all these things that can be confusing, right? Pronation, heel drop, even what shoe size, your toe box, even how you tie your shoes, carbon fiber plates versus, not. And so want to make sure that people are kind of have some knowledge about all of that, so that, again, running shoes is the one piece of equipment that you absolutely need, right? It's the most critical and crucial piece of equipment. So I just wanted to break down some of that information for people to distill, get that in front of them. And, this is also an open call out. If you have some knowledge, if you have some advice, if you want to help share that with the RaceMob community, come get in touch with us. We know that we've had, Rena, a physical therapist, wants to talk to you guys about injuries, injury prevention. So we will definitely have her as part of, an upcoming webinar or series here. And if you have some piece of knowledge that you want to share with our community, we would love to have you on. We would love to have you share that piece of information. So open call out to all of you guys. Fantastic. Cool. So with that, need to put new members here on the screen. So we've got new members from this last week, and we've got to put birthdays up here on the screen. And with that, just want to say thank you guys for joining us again for this RaceMob Weekly. Stay involved with the challenge. Let us know what your goals are, and we can't wait to help you throughout this month of January and throughout 2021. Let's go get it, guys. Fantastic.